Hey guys, just wanted to make a quick video to go over what I've been up to, what I've been doing. Been busy with work, so I haven't had time to make a video too much lately. Um, One of the latest pickups I got was a Sony PVM monitor. It's a 1945Q, so it's like either 19 or 20 inch. Really nice. Got it for a good deal. I think it was like 60 bucks. I mean, I'm sure there's better deals out there, but I'm happy with it. I got it mainly so I could run games in RGB on a CRT, and I wanted to do another project. It's another thing I'll probably make a little video on separately. Is I got a Neo Geo MVS MV1B board and 161-in-1 cartridge, and basically consoleized it, and I've been using it with the PVM monitor right here. Been doing a lot of game playing, but it seems like most of what I've been doing is focused mainly on getting games to work in RGB on the PVM monitor. I did a modification on my Super Nintendo. I was initially going to try and make a cable for it, but I found it just easier to put a couple of RCA panel mount jacks on the back. Some people think it's ugly, whatever, so what, it's easy and I don't have to worry about fiddling with cables. But I got my Super Nintendo in RGB. I did a modification to my PC Engine, basically using a 4-conductor 3.5mm headphone style jack. It's the type that you'd use with a camcorder or whatever, kind of like I was showing in one of my previous videos where it would have the composite video and the left and right audio, but instead of the composite video I did R, G, and B. So, you know, instead of the 3 channels that way, I used it for all video. And then of course I still have the other 3.5mm jack for the composite video and the mono out. So works perfectly, looks great. I had to make the RGB amp for it though. There's a couple different ways of going about that. I went by the directions found on MMonkey's website. I'll post a link to it maybe on my video, but yeah, basically it's simply using a couple of C1518 or 1815 transistors, and just kind of boosting the signal up a little bit because the darks were a little too dark on it. But yeah, it works great now. It looks beautiful. I also made a couple of cables. I made a cable for my Neo Geo AES model. And I also made a cable for my Genesis slash Sega Master System. They both use the same cable. Both cables work. I used stuff I had laying around here, so they're not the greatest. For the Neo Geo, I ended up using the actual, on a TurboGrafx-16 controller, the end that plugs into the system. That is actually the same type of 8-pin DIN connector that goes in the back of the Neo Geo, because the Neo Geo takes one that's more of a C-shaped, and the Genesis and the Sega Master System take one that's more of a U-shape. So I used that, just hacked it in and cut some cables up, put it in there, worked perfect. And the Genesis one, I forget where I found the cable connector for that one, but I spliced that one all up too. What I'm going to do eventually is I'm going to make brand new ones using all brand new parts from you know, that I can get from the internet. Just solder them together, heat shrink them up and everything, and they'll be nice. It's either that, or maybe I may just throw some panel mount RCA ports on the back of those too. I mean, I'm not too picky. I have a drawer full of these little guys here. Literally, these are all my all the panel mount RCA jacks I got. So I mean, I could do that and be just as happy with it making a cable. I think doing it that way, it's kind of easier, just for the fact that I don't have to make a cable. I don't really have to spend a lot more money anyways. That's just an idea. What I could do from now to the time I actually decide to do something could be totally different. But yeah, I've just been fiddling with making RGB cables and playing games. I actually have a a SCART cable on the way from the UK that I got off of eBay. It's like $6. I'm going to hack that cable so I can get RGB out of my PlayStation 1. I'm thinking in theory, since they all basically share the same connector on the back, that I should be able to use the RGB modded version of this cable that I get. I should be able to use on my PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2, and possibly PlayStation 3 all on here. I don't know exactly how the RGB ends up working out, or if it even is the same exact setup on those systems. But I know that this is basically designed for lower resolution, so I mean it should work on some of the PlayStation 1 games. I know PlayStation 2 and of course PlayStation 3, a way higher resolution. I don't even care about using it for the PlayStation 3 because I just got it hooked up to the HD monitor and it's fine. But I mean, it's another thing to experiment with, and I'll have to hack it open to get it to work the way I want it to, but it should be fun. Other than that, I'm probably going to have to make a video on kind of taking back what I initially said about the Neo Geo X. Time has proven not to be the best for the Neo Geo X. Here we are 6 months later, and finally Tomo decides to release another pack with a firmware upgrade and everything. Everyone was so excited about it, seeing if it would fix all the downfalls of it, like especially the lack of VSync. You know how the video was tearing. Didn't do that. They didn't fix the VSync. From what I hear, they slightly fixed the HDMI video quality and blocked anybody, all the people that were making the little hack carts and stuff, blocking them out. So I didn't buy it. I was waiting to see if it was actually even worth the money because it wasn't cheap. And as some people said, if Tomo wanted to do the right thing, the firmware upgrade would have been free, but it wasn't. It came with whatever pack you buy, and it's not even worth it. The whole package deal seems to be a big joke, but anyways, I'll make a video on that maybe. Yeah, I kind of take back my thoughts on that. The main thing that really bugs me about the Neo Geo X now, though, is that if you leave it sitting, or at least mine, I don't know if mine's defective, but if you leave it off for any period of time so that the way the battery drains, it drains completely. And when I go to play it, I turn it on and nothing happens. I have to let it charge for about 10 minutes before it even has enough charge in it to even start using. And by then you're probably, you know, usually on old school games it's like spur of the moment, you on a quick fix and then you're done. And if I have to leave something charging for 10 minutes, then probably the moment's going to pass. Anyways, other than that, just been working. I recently messed up my foot, so I've been trying to take it easy on that. And yeah, that's it, just doing some gaming. Anyways, stay tuned. I'm going to make a couple of videos on more detail of some of the things I did, and just kind of go over them and see what you think. Alright, thanks for watching.